Back. Arlene, who do we have?
We have Jean. She's on line 1, and she's confused.
Jean.
Yes.
Hi, Jean.
Hi there.
What can I do for you, Jean?
Well, I just wanted to tell you about an experience I had that was an out-of-body experience, and I just want to know, I guess, really what it is.
Tell me what happened.
Well, I was involved in an accident, but at no time did I ever feel that I was going to die, you know. And I didn't, obviously.
Well, I'll trust you, but tell me what happened.
Well, it was an accident, and I was thrown across the room and hit a wall and was, you know, injured in some ways. And when I fell to the floor, I passed out, and I figure I was probably out for probably 5 minutes, and I was out into the deepest, darkest stage, or whatever it is, that I've ever been in.
What was that like?
Pardon me?
What was that like?
It was very interesting. I found myself sliding sideways into this big tunnel. Or actually not a tunnel, a tube. It was actually a tube. Now the background was 100% black, and the tube was probably around deepest, darkest charcoal gray, and it was almost black. And I was way up above, but I could see my body down below, and I slid into this tube sideways. And it was really strange because as soon as I was into this tube, I could no longer see myself because I was in the tube. And it was almost like it was a waiting place for me for about 5 minutes, I guess, until the paramedics got there. But it was, I didn't see any light. I didn't hear any voices. There was no one there but me.
Okay.
And it was very interesting feeling.
What was it like?
It wasn't scary at all. It wasn't a spiritual feeling.
Was it? How would you know?
It didn't feel that way.
Have you had a spiritual feeling?
Well, not really.
Okay. So what did it feel like?
Very safe.
Safe.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritual is sometimes safe.
Pardon me?
Spiritual is sometimes safe.
Well, but maybe it was a spiritual feeling.
Well, let's not leap there. Let's just go. What else?
And there were no lights. There were no little angels flying around. There were no voices. There were no pearly gates. No light at the tunnel. No voices.
Okay, but was there something else that could not be put into words?
I don't think so.
Was there a sense of familiarity?
Whatever it was not at all scary.
I understand that. So if it wasn't scary, what could you characterize the feeling as? Something known?
A different dimension than I've ever experienced in my life.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to say what this one is. Who called this an out-of-body experience?
Pardon me?
Who called this an out-of-body experience?
I guess I did, because I couldn't think of any other name for it.
When you're looking back on your body from this place,
Mm-hmm.
before you slipped into the tube sideways, what did you see?
I saw what I certainly assumed to be myself,
Mm-hmm.
laying on my back.
From what angle did you see the self?
Above and away.
Above and away.
Yes.
Was there anyone else around?
There were other people in the room.
Could you see them?
No.
What do you mean you couldn't see them?
I was completely out.
Okay, but when you were looking down, you could see your body.
Yes.
Why couldn't you see them?
Because they weren't in this area. There was nobody in there but me.
So you could only see, but you could still see your body?
I could see what I assumed to be my body.
And you saw nothing else, and no other time?
No. And there were no other people. I couldn't hear the voices of the people in the room. I heard nothing until the paramedics got there.
And when they got there, what did you see?
I heard one paramedic say, "No, she's sleeping." And the inside of me said, "But I'm not sleeping." And
this is a borderline example. I'm not sure this is an out-of-body experience. At first it sounded like one, but it sounded so isolated and removed from what we usually hear about out-of-body experiences that you may have been experiencing an altered form of consciousness secondary to what you were going through. But whether it was an out-of-body experience, I can't say. But it doesn't feel like it.
well, it was very interesting.
I'll grant you that. And I'll grant you that it also had an unusual quality to it, but it doesn't feel like what most out-of-body experiences feel like.
Well, maybe it wasn't. Whatever it was some sort of an altered state of some sort.
Okay, but did it change the way you see life?
Not really.
Okay, because the out-of-body experiences frequently have a lasting effect on one's consciousness and what one sees. Often you have the sensation of being able to read other people's minds. You're aware of things that were happening that other people were thinking that they didn't communicate.
Oh, I have those things, yes. And I also have a strange amnesia at times. And
I mean, at that time you have other things?
Right at that particular moment?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Not at that particular moment?
It may be that you're very sensitive and you have all those other things, but this experience doesn't sound like a proof of that. What do you mean you have other abilities to tell what other people are thinking?
Well, I could tell you one time I was walking down the hall where I worked at UCLA, and I saw an absolute strange woman, and I looked right at her. I swear I could see a black cloud around her head, and I just said to her, "You're coming here to apply for a job, and you're going to get it, and you're not going to like it, and you're going to leave." And she did. And a lot of weird, strange things like that happened to me. I know you don't smile, but I laugh about it myself.
Hey, look, the waiter in the Greek restaurant I was in last night read my fortune on the Greek coffee and was right. So what am I supposed to say? So what do you see of 1992 for me?
I see a lot of success because you're a very fine man.
Oh, come on.
You got a good style.
Hey, terrific, but so do you, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you had another body experience.
Well, that's all right.
Okay. David Viscott, we will be right back. Is what is handed to you. You don't always have a choice, but if you avoid the truth of what is given to you, you don't grow past the obstacle, and there's no chance that you can ever be free. You're here to free yourself from whatever encumbrances your family gave you, your relationships provided, or your fears coerced you to accept. Free yourself. We'll be right back.